Hey guys, it's Miss Paraso. I'm recording this video just in case, off chance I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so that way you can start your desktop store project. So, unfortunately I don't have a printout to go through, so I'm going to do my best that I can using your OneNote, which is also where you have access to yours. So just went over here to desktop stores. As you can see on the front page are all your due dates. So we're going to work through pages 1 through 5, and that's due by Friday. Page 6 is going to happen after desktop store, so I can touch base with you on that when I return. Excuse me. Alright, so page 1A and 1B are just a prime example of what your finished product should look like. So this is about Mason and his company called Mason's Jars. Notice and take some time to read through. So this is what your page 4 would look like. You're going to describe your product to your buyers, kind of like what you're doing in Language Arts with your advertisement. He's very specific. How many is he selling? What size jar? What it looks like. Okay, and then how did he create it? He talks about how much he filled the soil, how many seeds. Again, very specific about going through the steps. So when you are making your prototype, think about what were the steps in creating it, okay? Now, if you're baking something, I don't need the details, like first I went to the fridge and got out my eggs, then I added the eggs. No. If you're making something, I baked the brownies. I put frosting on them, I sprinkled them with peppermints, and then I packaged them. So something brief like that. Right? So that's your page 4, is like what Mason did there. Then this is your page 5. So you're going to complete an overall list here, sorry about that, with all of the supplies that you needed to buy in order to make your product. Now, if you already had stuff at home, you know, like, for example, you use colored pencils to color in your packaging. You don't have to really figure that in, but if it was essential to making your product, then it should be listed here. If it was something that was free, you can still list it, and just underneath prices say that it was free. It's always nice to have that. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Let me just change to my draw pen here. I'm not really, so in this case, he's telling us how many were in a package and how many packages he bought. Really, this is the most important piece of information. Sorry, doing this with the mouse is really hard. This is what I really need to know. Alright, how much was one package? How many packages did you buy? And, oh, that was a little bit better. How much did you spend on each item? Okay, so when we get to page 5, I'm not really interested in this section here. Okay, I just want to know what was the price per package, how many packages you bought, and what did you spend on that one item. And then you're going to total it up. So Mason spent a total of $66.80 on his jars. In my opinion, that's a little bit much money for a desktop store product, but sorry, I'm trying to have soup to calm my throat while I'm doing this. So anyway, he gets his total there, $66.80. Well, that's how much money he spent, and remember in his description he said he's making 36, and we can see that up here. He has a total of 36 jars. So we want to find out how much it's costing him to make one of those jars. So to do that, you take your cost of supplies, and you divide it by how many you plan on making. Now, as of right now, you might not have a final product amount. You might have a set goal. And you could try this a couple different times. Be like, well, I think I want to make 20. What would it cost me to make 20? Maybe I'll make only 10. What's it going to cost me to make 10 with these supplies? And you also want to think, how many can your supplies actually make? Like, for example, I bought a roll of ribbon to make my signs, and I didn't buy enough to make all 36 signs that I had planned. So I would have had to go back and buy more. So you want to make sure you know how much you can. So it's costing him $1.86 to make the product. This is important to know because you want to know what should you price it at. So on desktop store days, if he only sells it for $2, he's only making a 14-cent profit. He could probably get away with $4, maybe even $5. You want to start a little bit higher so that way you can always knock the price down and still get a profit. Okay? Oops, sorry, I missed a spot. Okay? Now, part 3 and part 4 are going to happen on the day of desktop stores. That's why it's on page 6, and it's not due until after we have the desktop stores. So he kept track of how many items he sold. He started off selling them at $4, then he lowered it to $2. So by the end of desktop store days, he had $92 in sales. Now, that's not his profit. So if the person who's coming around to collect, or that you're nonprofit, and you hand them $92, you're making a big mistake, because you have to pay yourself back or the bank of mom and dad back. You collected $92, but you have to pay yourself back that $66.80. So he only made a profit of $25.20. At least it's a profit still. And we can also see that he sold 29 out of his 36 products. So those are little things, again, especially if you're going nonprofit, please be sure to calculate this before you hand over your money. Otherwise, you're donating an extra $66.88 or 80 cents. All right, so page 2 is just a description that walks you through page 3A and 3B. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to page 3A, and we're going to complete part 1 and 2. So we're pretending that we are Hillary and Jen. And I'm going to pause 1 second here and grab my information. Oh wait, no, I don't have to because it's on the next page. Alright, so here's Hillary and Jen. Their name is Holiday Bites, and it's candy cupcakes in a jar. Again, you can read through their description and how they made it. Okay, so we can see that they bought 36 jars. There's 2 cupcakes in each jar. So they need to plan out that they're making 72 cupcakes. Okay, so that's another example of what your page 4 should look like. Alright, so here is where you need to fill in. Now, it's going to have you go to Walmart and fill it in, but some of the prices have changed since then. So you'll see that I've included these prices right here. So you can see that they're highlighted, and you're going to use those prices that are highlighted, all right, in place of all the products on page 3B. Okay, so again, I'm not really interested. We can cross this out. I don't care about this column. I don't care how many you purchase, because that's for you to know. I can do the math. But what I do want, and let me go back and see what the price was. Okay, so, excuse me, the price was $15.13 on the jars. So we're going to go ahead, and it was 15, oh my goodness, I'm not used to this window thing. Here, hold on. Can I type it in here? Okay, there we go. $15.13. Alright, and he bought 3 of them, so that's going to be $45.39. Remember, I don't care about this column. You can cross that out. Alright, so you're going to go through, use those prices, and determine the total price they spent on their things. Again, notice it's just the price per package times the number of packages gives you the total. And then you're going to total up how much money Hillary and Jen spent. Okay? That number then goes over here. That's their total cost of supplies. How many products were they making? Well, if you go back to page 3A in their description, it says that they're making 36. So take your total cost of supplies, divide it by 36, and remember, it's money, so round to the nearest penny. Alright, you're going to round to the nearest penny. Okay? Alright, then you need to go back to page 2. Okay? So we have done this, and we have done this. Alright? Now we want to see, okay, what is the difference if they sell it for $3 versus $4? So profit is determined by the money that they make in sales minus the cost of supplies. So I want to find the profit from $3 So that means that if they, let's just assume they sell everything. So we're going to do 36 times 3. That gives them $108. Oh, look at that, does the math for me. $108 in sales. Well, we have to then take the 108, and then we have to minus the supply cost, which you found already. And then you need to tell me, what is that profit? Okay? Well, then I want you to do the same thing for the $4. Let's say they sell all 36. We're optimistic here. For $4, okay, they make $144 in sales. But when you do 144 minus their supply cost, what is their profit? Right? So then we want to answer the question, how much more money do they, I don't want you to capitalize it, dude. They make, okay, fine. When they sell for $4. I mean, obviously they're going to make more, but how much more? So go ahead and then obviously just do subtraction there. Alright? Okay. Sorry I'm moving a little bit fast, but I only have 15 minutes to make a video on this program. Okay, then you're going to use these clues here to help you enact the desktop store days. Okay, so it says to complete it on part 3, on page 3B. So as the 6th graders came in, they sell their product for, can't really see my mouse, for $3.50. They sell 2/3 of their cupcakes. Well, again, remember, that means they sell 2/3 of means to multiply. How many cupcakes did they have? How many jars? They had 36. So find 2/3 of 36 and record that in the chart. Okay, well they did so well, they then decide during 7th grade that they're going to raise their price to $5, but they only sell 4. So here's what I'm talking about. Go over to 3B. We're over here. So how many for 6th graders? So this is 6th grade. You don't have to write 6th grade. I'm just labeling it here for you. How many cupcakes did they sell for 6th grade? They told us that they sold them for $3.50, and then figure out what that's total in sales. How many did they sell at 7th grade? And they said that they raised it to $5. So figure out how much money they made in sales from the 7th graders. And then go back to page 2 and figure out, so then for the 8th graders, they're taking the 50% off the $5 price. And then they sell 3 cupcakes at that price. Okay? So going back, so they sell 3 cupcakes at that 50% off price. So go ahead and total up what they made in sales for the entire day. You're going to put that here. You got to subtract your cost of supplies, and then that'll give you their total profit. Okay? So that walks you through the entire process of what you are going to be doing with your desktop store product. Okay? Page 4 is where you're going to do what Hillary and Jen did and Mason did on page 1A and page 3A. Describe it, describe how you made it. Page 5 is where you're going to record down what you bought. Okay? Again, I don't care about the quantity per package, and I don't care about the quantity purchased. Okay? What I care about are how much you spent on one package and how many packages you bought to tell me the total price. Okay? So, find out your cost of supplies, use that to determine how many products you're making, and what is it going to cost you to make just one item. And from there, that should help you predict what you're going to do for your price. All right? That should get you started. You don't have to have this. We have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's due on Friday, but I can give you some class time on Friday even if you've got questions. Hopefully that'll take you through the day, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye-bye.